Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Blonde Café Podcast. I'm your host, Brooke Villanueva, and I'm your 29-year-old millennial gal just out here living my best life. And I'm here to help give you the tips, tricks, and tools to live your best life. And welcome back, and welcome if you are new here. So, if you're new, the Blonde Cafe is the big sister corner of the internet with that little best friend energy to get you up and at 'em and achieving your dreams. So, if that's in career, if that's in health, or if that's in relationships, we got you. You're not crazy for wanting more. You're not crazy for not being happy with mediocre or just okay or wanting to go from good to great. We got you. Don't worry. We're here to cheer you on. I truly, truly believe that you can have it all. You can do the things you want to do in life. You just got to ebb and flow with it and figure out some little hacks along the way. And obviously, I'm not an expert. I'm 29 years old and I'm figuring it out too. But I have learned a lot along the years and I'm still learning. So anything that I find helpful, I'm going to share with you. Just like you're my best friend, just like you're my sister, just like we're hanging out, having a cup of coffee, which is where the Blonde Cafe name comes in. But anywho's, welcome to our episode. It is fall. It is September. We are in pumpkin spice season or apple cinnamon crumble season or Halloween season, whatever you want to call it. Fall is here. And I'm kind of torn up about this, to be honest with you, because I am a summer girly. I love the fall. I really do. I love the atmosphere of it. I love football, even though I'm like kind of that go sports type of girl. I like to play along. I like to be in the vibes, in the fun of it. Also, I love buffalo chicken dips. So, I mean, who doesn't want that at a football party? I grew up cheerleading all throughout my life, and it's just always been like a special, fun season for me. But all in all, I do love fall, but I freaking love summer, y'all. I seriously, and maybe it's because, I'm a July baby. I was born in the summer, but there's something about the sunshine on your skin, going to the beach, that free, light, happy energy. Oh, I freaking love it. So I'm a little bit sad going into the fall time, but I'm trying to help my help my mindset and hype myself up. And you also might be panicking a little bit because we're over halfway through the year. We have 4 months left. It is, no, 3 months left. Oh my gosh. It's September, October, November, December. Okay. So I guess four because it's beginning of September. Whatever. Math ain't mathin'. um, but we have some time left at the end of the year. And if you are a goal setter, if that's why you're on this podcast, or if maybe you had some intentions for the year and you're not really quite sure if you met them, welcome to the party. Today, we are talking all about how to get your life together before the end of the year. It's creeping up. The holidays are going to creep up. Before you know it, it's going to be Halloween. And after that, it's like game over. Everyone is in the abyss. Everyone is like, freaking out over Thanksgiving plans and, trying to find Christmas presents and stocking up on all the deals, trying to find that Black Friday, Cyber Monday deal. It gets crazy really, really fast. So, we're going to talk about how to get your life together for the rest of the year because on this corner of the internet, we do believe you can do it all and you can have it all. Call me crazy, but I think that we're here to enjoy life. So, without further ado, step number one, identify where you're at and where you want to be. So that can be, like I said, this is career, relationships, health and wellness. If you promised yourself you were going to go to the gym 3 times a week and you've only been like 3 times out of this entire year so far, there's still time. Don't you worry. Don't give up. Don't set that goal in the distance of January 1st. You don't have to throw the hand towel in. You don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You can still make changes, even if you've only got a freaking week left. If you're watching this and it's like December 30th, December 31st, start now. That's how you trick your brain into actually becoming the person you want to be and doing the things you want to do. You have to start even when you're not ready and just take those small baby steps. That's what I recently was talking about on my appearance on the Living 757 show, where they asked me, what are some tangible tips that somebody can do to get out of a rut? And I said, take those baby steps. That's what you got to do. Identify where you're at, even if it's not great, even if you let yourself down, if it's, you thought you would be in a different career by now, you thought you would have a raise or a promotion, or maybe you'd find the love of your life, or maybe you would finally cut off that toxic friend, or, set some boundaries with your family, but you haven't done it yet. That's okay. We're here for you. We're giving you a hug, and we're also giving you a little kick in the butt to kind of keep going and actually stay true to what you want. So, if that looks like, and I know I don't typically talk about this, but if this is talking to you about the boundaries thing, you can set some boundaries, girl. You can say, okay, I'm not going to answer my phone before 8 a.m. I'm not going to answer my phone past 9 p.m. Or maybe I'm not going to answer when that person calls because they always expect me to like answer immediately at their beck and call. But I'm going to explain to them that, I was doing something, or you don't even have to explain. Just call them back when you want, or maybe send them a text. Or if you do have to have a sit down conversation with them, you can still speak their language. You can do it in a way that they understand, hopefully. And if they don't, you got to shake it off. You got to understand that you have to do what's best for you no matter what, if that's a boundaries thing. And like I said, that's a new example, but I wanted to give it to you guys while I was thinking of it. So that's number one, identifying where you're at. Even if it's not where you want to be, identify where you want to go. Even if it's like you literally don't remember and you're going to dust off that journal that you created on January 1st last year, and you think it might be in the back of your closet or it might be in that random desk drawer, and now it's covered by like miscellaneous things. Go dust it off. Go see what that thing was. Or if it no longer aligns with you, or if you can't find it, if it no longer aligns with you, you can freaking pivot. If you're like, yeah, you know what? I'm not about to find the love of my life right now. And I'm done stressing out about it. So I'm just going to be me and I'm just going to do what I want to do. You can do that too. If that's something that like you're like, no, my goals, my priorities have changed. Maybe it's with work. Maybe you're like, actually, I don't want that promotion because it's going to take more time. Or maybe I started a family this year. And so I don't have time to dedicate extra to work like I thought I would. Or maybe you did try something and it didn't behoove you. You didn't love it. If you tried a new Pilates class and you're like, man, I see everybody on Instagram doing it. It looks super fun, but it's really not for me. That's all right. Try something else. Try to go on a walk. That's literally what I tell people. Like, go on a walk, go lift some weights, go to a freaking bungee class, go to what else is there? Kickboxing studio. And I know not everybody has the financial means. So maybe that's, taking a class online. Maybe that's trying to figure out like, okay, is there a Groupon for this? And then how can I fit this into my spend plan for the rest of the year? Or if I do, get that promotion and maybe I can finally start that Pilates class, whatever you want to do. Um, Figure out where you want to go and if it's still in alignment with the person you want to be. And that also goes into my next part of already embodying the person's choices that you want to be. So, like, for instance, if your goal, like I said, we're just going to use the gym example. If your goal is to lose 10 pounds or maybe drop 2 pant sizes or simply just feel comfortable in your own skin or maybe not, be out of breath by going up the stairs or whatever that looks like to you, if that's your goal and you're like, okay, would that person decide to eat, pizza and ice cream and burgers and all of that all in one day? Probably not, and that's all right. Like, we are all about balance over here. We're not about that toxic, like, no shade on like, the old school Cosmo magazines or anything like that. But we're not about that type of that health and wellness. We're all about like fitting it into your routine so that you can feel your best. So if you truly don't feel your best after eating ice cream and pizza and burgers and donuts, that's a signal. And that's where you can mix it in. Life is all about like mixing and matching, honestly. That's why I believe that you truly can have everything you want because it ebbs and flows. You might not be able to eat 100% of junk food 100% of the time, but you can still have that slice of pizza and then pair it with like a salad or pair it, with some broccoli and chicken for lunch or an omelet for breakfast. And then if you're going out and you're going to have beer and pizza and chicken wings and mozzarella sticks, then, maybe you just make some smarter choices earlier in the day so you feel better and you don't feel like you're going to crash and burn or take a nap after you get back out of the bar. Um, that's just like I said, I'm giving you those short examples of things that you might not think of throughout your day to day, but you can still pair them with the things that you want to do. And same thing, like would that person, if your goal, like I said, is to be a little bit healthier, feel a little bit better, would that person continuously skip any sort of exercise that they can just because they're tired? No, probably not. There's always a time and a place for resting. I am all for it. And sometimes my husband will even tell you, I can go overboard on the opposite end of things where I'm not resting and I'm like, just throwing everything at the wall and being like, let's go, let's do it. But would that person skip multiple workouts in a row? Or would they, toss up their hands and be like, okay, yeah, I'm done because I let myself down and I didn't go to the gym at all this week? Probably not. They would probably pick themselves back up and just keep going. And there's still time. Like I said, you are not on a time clock other than the one that you put on yourself. Unless you sign up for like a 5K or a triathlon or a bodybuilding competition, you are not on a shot clock. You can have this be a part of your lifestyle routine to where it's sustainable. Same thing with the career promotion. Like I said, if you're like, okay, I thought I was going to get that promotion by now. I have it. They gave it to Susie. And now I just am in the same old, same old. Figure out if that job and that position is still aligned. Is that something that you want? Is that something that, brings your joy 80% of the day? It doesn't have to be 100%. I don't really think that anybody's going to be like super thrilled with their job 100% of the time, every single day. There's still things that even everybody, like you could have your dream job and you still got to do your taxes at the end of the year or else, you're you're in trouble. And I'm not sure that anybody loves doing taxes except for maybe accountants. I don't know. But identify where you're going and already start to embody that person. So, next thing, this is kind of like, it might be controversial. I don't really think it is, but you probably are not guessing this because I don't know if anybody's told you this, but you can use ChatGPT to simplify your life. You can. It's new. It's AI. We are living in the digital age. Okay. This is just like when the internet came out. And yes, I was a baby. And, even really when the internet like first came out, I wasn't even thought of yet. But it's like the whole phenomenon of like nobody knew what, that Google was. Nobody knew what AOL was before it happened. Same thing with AI. AI is here and I believe it's here to stay. So you might as well use it to your advantage. And so if you are like, oh my gosh, I still have all of these goals that I want to reach by the end of the year, or man, I really did want to actually get back in the gym, or I did want to go after that promotion, or whatever that looks like, maybe spend time looking for a new job or looking for new friends or a relationship. But you're like, I seriously don't know how I'm going to fit this in my day. Write it down, write it into ChatGPT, and it will create a schedule for you. Now, you got to be smart with the way you prompt it. So you can say, like, create a daily, weekly schedule for me. Here's what my life looks like right now. I want to do this, this, and this. And it literally will create you a step-by-step guide, like a daily, weekly, monthly calendar of things that you can do and you can start to implement in your day to day. And like I said, I'm not saying like go for gold and shoot like hundreds straight out the gate. I'm saying maybe aim for like 50% of that because that's where we're making those small changes. So it'll give you that calendar, it'll give you daily, weekly. And even if you say like, I'm going to aim to hit 50% of this, it will pare it down to where 50% looks like this. And if you think about it too, if you take like an hour of each day, 365 days a year, that's 365 extra things that you wouldn't have done before. So if you even do, like, you could even flip it and only do 2 days out of the year. That's still 2 days that you didn't do that thing before. You're building that confidence as you go. You're building it up and you're using those tools that are super duper helpful that nobody literally would have thought of before. And here we are. It will help you. I swear to you, I've used it. I've used it to create this content calendar of like, okay, these are the things I want to accomplish. This is the time that I have. Please create me a schedule. and it creates you a schedule. It's amazing. And you can tweak it. You can play with it. Play around, y'all. It's so much fun. Seriously, if you got time to scroll on TikTok, you got time to ask ChatGPT to organize your life. I'm just saying. Like I said, it might be kind of controversial because I know people have like differing opinions on AI, but I really don't think it's going anywhere. People had differing opinions about the internet in general. And here we are using it. You would not be viewing this or listening to this if you if the internet did not exist. So that's number two. Use ChatGPT to simplify your life. You can also use it even to like help you day to day with tiny little tasks that normally would take you a while. Say, you want to have more time to work on that side hustle when you're done with your 9 to 5, or you have to now drop your kids off at soccer practice. So you've only got an hour to plan dinner and make dinner and get your kids ready to go for bed and do all of those things. You can literally like put in the ingredients that you have in your fridge and it'll create you a dinner. It'll create you like a recipe. It'll tell you how much time to spend on bedtime. It'll tell you how much time to spend cooking. Like, use it, try it. It's not foolproof. It's not, perfect, but you can manipulate it. You can use it the way you want. So that's my second one. Use ChatGPT. Don't be afraid. There's an app. There might be other like better apps, but that's just the generic one that I feel like everybody resonates with right now. So that's what I'm using as an example. So number three, practice saying no to what's not in alignment and saying yes to things that are in alignment. And if you think about it, doing this actually creates more time in your day because you're creating time for the things that you actually want and that you actually enjoy. And I know sometimes it's not easy. Like you might not enjoy, sitting at your kids' field hockey practice because it's 90 degrees outside and you would much rather be reading a book by the pool. Like I get it. But, or, you might not enjoy like doing that extra after work activity, but you kind of got to because everybody's going and it sounds like, your boss really wants you to go. Like, you're not always going to be able to like only do the things you want to do. Like I said before, even people that love their jobs 100%, that love their lives 100%, there's still going to be things that you don't absolutely love doing. And so that's where saying no to the things that you're just like, yeah, maybe I could go to this, or my friend really wants me to go to this with them, but I really don't want to go. Or, maybe I just really do need a rest day. I don't want to go to whatever, like intramural softball tonight. Say no to the things that you don't absolutely love or that you don't want to do. And I'm not saying like bail on your friends when they really need you or sign up for an intramural league and then never show up. I'm just saying that the more times that you say no, you say yes for the life that you want to live. I'm going to say that again and I'm going to drop the mic. The more times that you say no to something that you don't love is the more times that you can say yes to the things in the life that you want to live. And that, truthfully, that will create more time in your life to where if you're doing the more things that light you up, if you're in that flow state, if you're in that happiness state, you kind of notice that things start to go your way a little bit more. Even if you're like, oh my gosh, I said no to going out this Friday night, even though all my friends are going out, but I really, really enjoyed relaxing at home. Yes, you might have a little bit of FOMO. Yes, you might, be in the group chat and everybody's sharing pictures and stories and whatever, trying to find Becky in the bathroom. Like you might be experiencing a little bit of that. But if it's like true in your soul where you're like, I just needed a freaking break and I'm tired and I want to do what I want to do, even if it's sitting at home, painting your nails and eating cheese fries, do that. That's where you're taking care of yourself and you're saying, okay, now actually like I do want to stay home. I'm going to take care of myself. And then maybe tomorrow I actually do have the energy to go to the gym. Or maybe I do have the energy to look up a new job or start playing around with different ideas of like, okay, what else can I do with my degree? Or I don't have a degree. What else can I do? Or maybe you want to play around with that side hustle, like I said before. Or maybe, write down a dream relationship goal or finally start doing the yard work that you wanted to do. Every time you say no, you say yes to the person that you want to be. So that's where I'm saying you can get really strict on your boundaries. It's just start saying no. Like, you don't owe anybody any explanation. And like I said, don't be bailing on people if they really need you and stuff like that. Like, you know the fine line, you know the difference. Chances are the more that you listen to your inner compass, the stronger it's going to get, and you will practice it. Like, if you, like I said, you're still going to sit there and probably have FOMO and think, oh, should I have went out? Oh, like, I don't even want to read this group text because I know that, they're all out and about sending all these texts, whatever, or they're sending pictures getting ready, or I don't want to open that Snapchat. Don't. You're torturing yourself. It's just like, that phenomenon where you go stalking an ex-boyfriend and you hurt your own feelings. Like, everybody's seen that meme. Every girl has seen that. I'm sure every girl has done that. But that's where it comes into where your inner compass has to be stronger than the person that you're no longer aligned with. And like I said, those dreams wouldn't be on your heart for a reason. Those thoughts wouldn't pop into your brain if it wasn't meant for you. And you don't have to believe every thought you've ever had. I have a podcast episode on that. It's way back when, probably, I don't even know, like a year ago, maybe. But you don't have to believe every thought. But the thoughts that you're like, this actually would enhance my life, this would behoove me in the future, that's where you got to do it. That's where the rubber meets the road, Betty. That's where, yes, you're going to get FOMO, but you're like, wow, I actually feel really good that I stayed in. And yeah, tomorrow I might go to that Pilates class. Or you're just going to be so much more light and free and excited for Monday when you show up to work and you're like, actually, I do have these good ideas that I'm going to bring to the table. Or, you know what? I don't really love this job anymore. I'm out. Like, I'm going to start looking for new ones. So there's an ebb and a flow, and there's a different way that you can approach it. But honestly, every chance that you say no, you say yes to the person that you want to be. And if you're, like I said, if you wouldn't be listening to this podcast if you didn't have that little nudge in the back of your head that something could be better or that you want something more. And I'm here to tell you that you can be crazy enough to go after it. And that's the sad part too, guys. Like, I'm going to go on a little tangent here, but that's the sad part is that I have to say, you know, you can be crazy enough to do it because the status quo is truthfully staying in your comfort zone. The status quo, it was built in our bodies way back when we were running from saber-toothed tigers and, we were trying to keep ourselves safe. You didn't want to go against the grain. You didn't want to go against, your people, because if you were isolated or left out, that was a literal physical safety mechanism, like you were more open to prey at that point, literal prey, like saber-toothed tigers, and I don't know what else would have eaten people back in the day, maybe dinosaurs or regular tigers or whatever, bears. But if you're not around your people and you're not around, your circle, that's where you're more open to prey. And same thing, like, we are constantly living in this like fear of the unknown, because that's what it was back in the day when you were traveling into new lands. You didn't know if you were going to come upon a snake. You didn't know if you were going to come upon an alligator. That's the fear of the unknown that is built and ingrained in our bodies. But the good news is most of us are not living in fear of snakes or alligators or running from bears most of the time. So that's where we trick ourselves in the day to day, and we end up stuck in a place in a life that we don't even want to be in. And so that's why I'm here. That I'm here to give you that big sister nudge, that, best friend energy to tell you that you can do it. I'm here to be your Delulu friend that's like, hell yeah, move to the Bahamas. Go ahead. Like, I'm here for that. I've gone against the grain in my own life. If you don't know, I'm from small town Ohio, and I moved. I almost said 10,000 miles away. I'm not 10,000 miles away. But I moved, and now it's been the best decision that I've ever made. Honestly, I love my friends and family in Ohio. I love my hometown for what it is, but I have expanded my horizons tenfold. And you can do it too. And it was scary, y'all. Like, for whatever reason, I've always had that bone in my body that's just like, I can do this. Like, there's nothing that I can't do. I got this. And I took chances. I literally was kind of honestly like Delulu at times where I'm like, yes, I'm going to trust somebody in Florida that I've never met before to leave a key under the mat, and I'm going to drive 17 hours and hope that it works out. I did that. I did that for a summer internship and it worked out. And it very well could have not worked out. And same thing, like I literally moved from my hometown 2 days after graduation from college. And I decided that I was going to make it on my own. I turned down 2 or 3 jobs with higher paying salaries, took the lower paying job that was 10 hours away from my hometown, friends, family, everybody I've ever known, and decided to take a chance. And it's been the best decision of my life. So that's where I'm saying, even if you don't want to move away, if you do have a dream on your heart, which, like I said, you wouldn't be here if you didn't know, or if you didn't have that something in the back of your head. So whatever that is, we're here to help you do it. So to recap, this is a little bit of a longer episode. We're 25 minutes in. Not that I'm counting, but we average about 20 minutes, y'all. So I try to give you those like quick tips and tricks. But to recap, how to get your life together by the end of the year. It is September 2025. You don't have to wait till 2026. You don't have to, throw the baby out with the bathwater just because you haven't hit your goals yet. Maybe you haven't even touched your goals. Maybe you lost that notebook or that piece of paper that you wrote your goals on. Maybe those goals that you set aren't aligned. We're here to help you get your shit together by the end of the year. So, number 1, identify where you're at, where you want to be. So, if that's something that you know where you're at, it's not where you want to be, and you need to find a path to get there, we got you. Stay tuned for tip number 2. But identify where you want to go and go back, look at those priorities that you set. If they're no longer in alignment, figure out what's in alignment. You can write it down. We'll do like a whole workshop at some time and you can kind of figure it out, but just take one step in front of the other into the right direction. Number 2, use ChatGPT to simplify your life. Yes, this is controversial, but this can help you get where you want to go. You brain dump in there, baby. Brain dump your entire schedule. Say, okay, I have to get this, this, and this, and this done by the end of the year. I have these parameters that I have to work in between. And can you create me a daily, weekly, monthly schedule? And it will. And aim for 50% of it. Seriously, if you're trying to get somewhere that you've never been, why are you going to try to shoot for the moon if you haven't even figured out the way to get there? So that's where ChatGPT can come into play. Like I said, it's just like the internet. Pretty sure it's here to stay, so you might as well use it to your advantage. Hop on the train, buddy. But use it. You could even do it for as simple as like weeknight meal ideas and type in the items you have in your fridge and ask you to create meals out of those items. It'll be creative. Don't worry. I've typed in some random stuff, but it'll get creative. It searches. It's like the world's most giant encyclopedia. I don't know if anybody else grew up with those encyclopedia sets as a kid, or if you saw that infomercial back in the day that was like, I don't know what brand it was, but it was like the encyclopedia infomercial that was always on TV. I know we personally had one in my house that was probably like, I don't even know, like 25 books or something. And I used to like build little houses for my Barbies with them. I don't know. But anyways, it is a online encyclopedia that you can tailor to whatever you want. So use ChatGPT to simplify your life, whether it's meals, whether it's weekly, daily schedule, whether it's planning your kids' lunches, planning your husband's lunch, planning your travel, planning your savings. If you want to do like money, type in how much money you have, how much money you can spend. It'll give you results, baby. Do it. And number 3, practice saying no to what's not in alignment and saying yes to what is. So every vote that you vote no for something that's not where you want to be or not the person that you want to become, that's the time that you say yes to the person that you do want to become. And it'll snowball. It's the snowball effect of saying no to that night out binge drinking with your friends because you can have the energy to get up to go to the workout class tomorrow. And then maybe you do have the energy to save on food and cook at home versus ordering DoorDash because you're not hungover and you can't get out of bed. It snowballs. Everything that you try to do for the person you want to become, the universe will work in your favor. God, universe, whoever you believe in, it works in your favor naturally. And sometimes there is that phenomenon where right before you do something really big in your life, you're going to have resistance, and that's okay too. That's where the rubber meets the road, and all of those reps that you put in, that's where they come into play. You get to lift that boulder because you have been doing those bicep curls for the last 6 months. Even if you've only done 10 more than you did before, you're still getting there. You're still doing something. You don't have to beat yourself down. Nobody's beating yourself down except for you, unless, you have a lot of negative people in your life. And then that's another sign to maybe cut those people out or set some boundaries. But you're your own worst critic. You're your own worst enemy. Even if you have to ask ChatGPT for a pep talk every morning, or if you got to play some Nicki Minaj and get that shit done every morning, do it, baby. Life is too damn short to spend it not loving your day to day, not loving 95% of your life, and going after what you want to do. We don't know the number of days that we're here on this earth, so you might as well make the most of it. Life is too short to be living Groundhog's Day every day. And I say that on just about every podcast episode because I am so damn passionate about it. I have lost too many people in my life to their short lives, And so it's really, really proposed me to make the most out of every single day and fix what's not working. And no, it's not going to be perfect every single time. You're not going to have the best circumstances all the time. You're going to have life not work in your favor sometimes. That's where you have to keep going. You can't just give up because what's the alternative? You give up, you stay in the same spot, and then you just get more and more annoyed because you're in the same spot that you were before. And you lose that confidence along the way. So start small. Get your life together by the end of 2025. I'm here for you. Let me know what you are doing. Drop it in the comments. Hit me up on Instagram. Slide in my DMs. I'm posting on there every single day. Go over to TikTok. I'm there too. And I want to hear what you guys are doing. I want to hear what your goals are for the rest of the year. I can't wait to talk to you guys soon. And I'll see you on the next episode. Bye, guys.